So it's like, how do you walk out on someone or just say, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be getting the main billable hours, so I can't do it. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. And so a lot of time, a lot of time, I mean for every single year that I was in the field doing that, there was a lot that I did not get paid for. And God made a way. That's all I'm saying. He made a way. But I'm going to the next. It says, can your character keep up with what you've been praying for? It's funny that, even back then, and I always say this, and my family probably thinks that I'm a little touched because I've been saying, like, I'm a millionaire. I'll even go as far to say a billionaire now. My name starts with a B. But I would say it all the time. And I would pray to God about that. I would be like, Lord, just allow me to be able to be a wealthy woman, to take care of my family, but to be able to help other people too on another level. You know what I'm saying? I would still do stuff. I would do things, but it's like, I want to be able to do more. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm supposed to. And I've always had a heart for people. I've always had a giving heart anyway. I always say this, like, my grandmother was a giver. She still is. And she had a big part in my upbringing. I spent most of my life with her. My mother's a giving woman. My aunt is a giving woman. My sisters, God bless them, they were just givers. My dad, and I didn't see all of that. I didn't see my dad as much, but I grew up learning to give. You know what I mean? So it's just like that was a big part of what I asked for. And I know God knows my heart because he gave it to me, and it's different. And I always say that that's going to be the thing that happens. He's going to put me in that kind of position, and I know he is. But I would be like, probably having negative something in the and I would still be like, I ain't saying I'm broke. I'm not using that word. I'm still a billionaire. The money is on its way. It's en route. I was speaking those things. It's just that I didn't have the full, I guess, revelation on it. I'm still learning, but I just knew in my heart, and I still know in my heart, that I'm not supposed to be struggling. We're not supposed to be struggling, and God has me here on this earth to be a helper. And this is before I even really was digging back in the scriptures like that. I'm the lender and not the borrower. I'm the head and not the tail, and above and not beneath. Because Old Testament, before, I was looking at it like, I don't want to read this. I don't know these names. I don't get it. Nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And so I was trying to, when I was younger, just memorize certain stuff, to pass the test that my daddy would give me about my Sunday school lesson and different scriptures and stuff. But but now it's like reading this stuff over again, and almost might as well say with new eyes. It's like, wow. And these are our ancestors. These aren't just characters that we're reading about. These are our ancestors. These are promises to us. These are things that we are joint heirs to. So that's a different thing. But it's like, can your character keep up with that? My heart. And that's why I want to ask you, like, what is your heart posture like? What is your heart like? I see so many people that just don't have good hearts. And it's a good show that some people put on. It's a front. But after a while, the scene is cut, and the show gotta end, and the real person is gonna surface. And I see some folks that have like horrible character, and some very, very wealthy people. And I'm not saying this in a judgmental manner. I'm just saying, like, at some point in time, we gotta begin to check ourselves. I had to check myself. I had to get checked. Holy Spirit checked me too. He keeps checking me all the time. Because even now, sometimes it'll be like, ugh. Because some folks are just like ridiculously. Sometimes I'll see somebody and it's just like, it's so much about them. Like, where is God fitting in? Not to be religious or anything like that, because Lord knows I'm not. Y'all know I ain't, don't play. But it's like, where does God fit in it? It's you. And then you try to sprinkle something about God when it seems like it's the thing to say or whatever. I'm like, when you discerning the truth, you can see past that mess. Like, for real. And folks be riding with them. I remember I asked God about a certain individual having to do with me because I knew that she just is not a fan of me. And I knew it. I watched this person study me. It was a lot. I won't go off into detail with that, but I asked God something in particular, as far as, talking about ugliness and curses and all this other kind of stuff. I'm being real transparent right here. I won't mention a name though, but I will say that I'm in an area where this individual is. And I went to sleep that night and he showed me her. We were in the same space in this dream. And I won't go off into the dream right now. But I was just asking about people who meant me no good in one way or another. And crazy as is, I mean, just as clear as day, there she was in the dream, acting just like she acts in real life, that I've seen her, witnessed her acting in real life. I don't know how she is all the time, but what I've witnessed. And I was just like, oh my goodness, blessed God. And I have to keep my heart posture right. So it's like keeping your character right when you're watching people with bad character act out all the time and get and receive and elevate in a sense. And it's like opportunities keep coming. It's just like, Lord, what is this about? But it's lessons in it all. It's lessons in it all. I'm going to go to the last question, though. It says, who are you in situations when there is nothing to gain? I remember when I walked away from the field, and I was actually told to quit. I was trying to justify that. I was just like, if I tell people that God told me to walk away from this, they're gonna be like, no, he didn't. But he did. Where I messed up is I didn't listen to what to do next. I started trying to figure it out on my own, and I ended up, in a toiling situation. It just went real special. I won't get off into that because it's another time and place that I'm going to elaborate on that. But for a year almost, I still was doing it. I was going to the schools. I was going to homes. It may not have been in any particular order or whatever the case may be, but I was still doing it. Getting $0 about that. But it was about them. It was about those kids. I wasn't telling nobody what I was doing for them, but I was still doing. And it was still time away from my children. I spent time with my children, don't get it twisted, but it was still sacrificed time from mine when I went to go see someone else's.